And welcome back to Hannity. So last week, the country learned that Dr. Sebastian Gorka was no longer working for the White House. However, Dr. Gorka still vows to work as hard as he can to push through the president's agenda and to drain the D.C. swamp. Joining us now, the man himself, author of the best-selling book, Defeating Jihad, former deputy assistant to the president, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. I was surprised and, frankly, a little bit shocked at this happening. You told me that you believe you can help push the president's agenda better from the outside. Tell us what happened.
Well, look, what everybody understands, I think, especially your viewers and the Fox followers, is last year, on November the 8th, it really was an insurgency. It wasn't the establishment that won. It wasn't the GOP. It was a New York mogul, a tycoon of real estate, with his merry band of scrappy insurgents that won the election against all odds, crushed 16 competitors, defeated a woman who'd spent $700 million, okay? So when the inauguration happens, this small band of merry men and a couple of women enter the White House, and it's a hostile takeover, Sean, a classic hostile takeover.
Well, explain. Most people wouldn't understand this, Dr. Gorka. I mean, I actually looked at some of the remarks. You're talking about bureaucrats, policymakers, and we see Congress, Republicans that are weak and pathetic, spineless, visionless, and frankly, I don't even think they have an identity anymore. But you're saying that he's actually battling people within the White House. What does that mean? Who are these bureaucrats? You mean Obama holdovers?
It's not just Obama holdovers. I'm not going to fuel the palace intrigue because, you know, I was the brunt of that as well as everybody else on the side of the MAGA train for 8 months. But the fact is, one of your Fox colleagues summed it up very well. They were talking about my boss, Steve Bannon, leaving, and they said, whatever you think of Steve Bannon, he would not have been at home in a Clinton White House. Absolutely. We have people in the White House who not only would have been at home in a Clinton White House, they probably would have been cabinet members. That's the reality when a small band of people go against the swamp. I decided, after the Afghan speech by the president, the best thing I can do to support his agenda is to come out of government service and use all the tools available to a private citizen. And I assured the president on Saturday, after I resigned, that I am going. He asked me to support him, and I said, I'm going to support you 100% from the outside, because, Sean, it's about the long game.
I know you mean that, and I will say this, that I've never seen a president have to deal with a leak a day from within its own government, or conversations with presidents and prime ministers leaked. And if they don't stop that leaking, the unmasking, the surveillance, and all the shenanigans, Espionage Act violations, it's going to be problematic for the entire country.